Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 11th of May 2021. As you can tell by the background, I'm back in Vienna today. I am filming this video on Monday the 10th of May, and I've come back into Vienna to look at flats and to find a place to live. So let's see what the cards have to say about Tuesday and what energy is coming up for you. I'm using the Universal Tarot, which only includes the major arcana cards. So this looks at big universal themes, and I'm going to shuffle the cards a few times and then choose 3 cards to see what the tarot wants you to be aware of and what energy is coming up on Tuesday the 11th. We also have a new moon in Taurus happening on this day. That's a really wonderful opportunity for new beginnings. So I've made a separate video on that. Have a look. The new moon in Taurus on the 11th of May 2021. Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, so first card is in here. We have got the Wheel of Fortune. Then we've got the Moon, and finally the Star, or the Stars as it's known in this deck. Okay, so really positive. The Wheel of Fortune is a symbol that your luck is changing. Your fortunes are becoming different. Things are moving, things are altering. Yeah, nothing is set in stone. Life is up and down at times, and something is going to shift. The Wheel of Fortune is a symbol that things are shifting for the better. When it's in reverse, it indicates that you're starting to make sense of what's going on and you can take action to prepare for things getting better. When it's this way around, it's very straightforward. It says that your destiny is moving in the right direction. You transcend all the practical circumstances of the world, and really what's important is your ability to manifest, to keep a positive perspective, and to continue moving forward, not to let yourself be beaten down by circumstances. So we've got a bull here, that's Taurus, that represents Earth. Then we've got this eagle here that represents the element of air. The lion is fire. And then we've got an angel that represents the element of water. So we've got the 4 elements, and at the center then has to be a spirit and your ability to be a divine being that exists on planet Earth and interacts with all these elements, but that you're not any one of them, and that you're something bigger, and that you really don't need to be a prisoner of any one thing or all 4, that you're able to transcend all of this by looking at things in a positive way, and that's how you transcend the earth. So the devil there, and the devil card in the major arcana, is a symbol that you're taking your circumstances too seriously and you're letting them guide you. So if the world says, no, you can't do this, and you believe it, then you're really selling yourself short in a way, because there's usually another way forward and usually another way through. It's important not to believe your circumstances as stone cold fact. Usually there is another way, there's another option, and this card kind of encourages you to look outside of the box and to look at your truth, so that you can manifest your own circumstances rather than respond to what already is. So it's about creation, not reacting to things that tell you what you ought to be doing. We've got a snake here that represents wisdom, and the wisdom inherent in all of this is really that you are not someone who has to feel victimized or bullied into certain action. When you see the truth of who you are, which is a spiritual being, you can always go back to the center and say, regardless of what's going on in the real world, I understand who I am and I can manifest different circumstances. The Sphinx at the top here holding this sword, the best thought that you can ever have is to realize that you are this unique being, and that when you set your mind to something, when you will something, you're really going to be triumphant and successful at the end of the day. Keep going. Sooner or later you will hit your sweet spot. The 10 is a transition, it's a crossroads. So let's say you're traipsing along here. You've got 3 different directions to go in. And not only are things getting better, you've got a choice. Next, we've got the moon. The moon card is about perspective. It means that you're on the right path, especially in this reading. It's so interesting with the tarot. I've been looking at these cards for years and years and years. And because it's next to the Wheel of Fortune today, it's saying that you are in charge of your destiny and you're on the right path. And it may seem scary. Anything's going to look scary if you look at it at 3 in the morning with an angry moon hanging over you and dogs kind of baying at you from the distance. Anything is going to seem daunting, right? If you look at it at noon, this whole scene is going to look very different. Instead of being afraid of these hounds of the Baskervilles, they're going to look like little wiener dogs if you look at them at midday, and you'll be able to go and pet them. So the moon card is saying that everything is a matter of perspective. And if you don't know what you're doing, and if it seems kind of nebulous, then of course it's going to cause you some anxiety. It's going to be scary. And just because it's scary doesn't mean you're off track. So if something makes you feel a little bit nervous, doesn't immediately mean that you have to turn around, give up, and stop. In fact, the card is saying that use your intuition to guide you, so don't believe the way things look. And trust that the sun will rise in 12 hours and that if you keep on walking, these things are all going to appear very different to you and the fear will go. It's not permanent. It's something that's a temporary influence. And once you do that, you actually are able to see the benefits in things that at other times put you off. So, if you're walking along at 3 in the morning, and this is scary, and they seem to be running after you, and this seems like there's snipers sitting in the top trying to take you out. If you keep walking and you come across the same scene, it may be, oh, look, a pond where I can fish for lobster. How convenient. And I've got 2 little dogs I can chat to. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but you get the gist, right? And you see these towers, and it's like, oh, wow, somewhere to find shelter from the burning heat. I can actually take a break in the shade here and have a little bit of a snack. Thank you, little tower. It doesn't seem intimidating anymore. It seems like a refuge, a source of comfort. So again, trust that you're on the right track. Keep going. If things don't appear the way you want them to, keep going until they do appear the way you want them to. And it's just a matter of time. If you keep left foot, right foot through this, eventually you'll get to a circumstance that pleases you. The amazing thing here with the Chariot holding a sword, remember swords is the element of air, it's ideas, it's perspective, it's your thinking. If you will something today, if you want something to happen, you're perfectly aligned with your intuition. So you're not being a megalomaniac, you're listening to your gut. You're deciding this is what I want, this is what I'm going to decide to do, and then you can't really be off track. So really, if things seem daunting, don't believe it. Finally, the Stars is a card that says you don't have to protect yourself from anything. You can make yourself as vulnerable as you want because you're able to let go of the negative, you're able to detox, and you're able to let your light shine. And the card is saying that you're totally protected today. So with this, you don't need to walk with, steel boots so the lobsters don't bite your ankles and have to have like protective gear on so the dogs don't get you and like a bulletproof vest against the snipers. You can walk down this path naked if you want. Nothing is going to get you. You're safe. You're secure. You're on the right path and you're on your road to victory. On the road to victory and success and triumph. I love it. That is so positive. It doesn't get much better than that. Even with the moon being at the center of this reading. Have a look at the video for the new moon in Taurus. I go into a lot of detail about that, and it looks at the day from the astrology perspective. I love doing the cards because the tarot always has its own unique take on things. So I really love the way the cards have presented it here, that things are temporary and you don't need to buy into illusions. It's like a mirage in the desert. That's actually quite dangerous. If you do buy into that, then you can end up in big trouble. So really, the truth of what's happening is your spiritual certainty, your gut feelings. Listen to those, keep going. and you don't need to protect yourself. You're manifesting everything you've ever wanted, all good things. Okay, number-wise, what have we got? We've got 15, 16, 17, and then we've got 18. So 15 and 15 is 30, and 3 and 2 is 5. So we've got 35, and 10 is 45. 4 and 5 is 9, and 9 is spirituality and completion. So you'll be able to get to your happy place by listening to your intuition, to your gut feelings. They're taking you on the right path, in the right direction. And you'll be able to complete something that you've been trying to manifest for a long time. And that could be the best version of yourself, or certain circumstances, or money, or life purpose, or ideas and inspiration, or relationships, whatever it is that you want to manifest. It's really the world's your oyster today. So have a wonderful Tuesday. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.